How you all doing this morning? I'm just checking with you all. I'm sipping my tea. I'm feeling this beautiful sunlight. Mm. So today we're going to talk about shadows. We're going to talk about the shadows, facing them head on, understanding what it truly means to write down those shadows, speak those shadows, and work through them. And I got my notebook. I got my note cards. I'm going to do it with you all. So wherever you are right now, get your sheet of paper, get you a sticky note, get something that you can write on. If you can't do it right now, I ask that you do it sometime today. Do it sometime today. So I've already done the shadow work, but it's nothing wrong with doing it again with you all. And just in general, just going back and reading, through the shadows that you've already worked through. There's nothing wrong with that. And just putting it on paper and sharing it in the mirror, looking at yourself, or in a safe space with someone that you feel safe around. So, right now, I'm going to do this exercise with you all, and I'm going to write down 3 shadows that I personally have worked through and that I'm encouraging you all. If this may be a shadow to you, for you, I'm asking you to, do this with me. And even write down your own shadows, okay? But do it with me, okay? So I'm going to title my note card Shadows. And the first shadow that I'm going to write down is forgiveness. The second shadow is acceptance. The third shadow, mm, third shadow is being heard. Being heard. Now, forgiveness. When I write down words, and this is something that I encourage you all to do as well, this is how you work your gift. When you write down a word, you think about what it means to you within your heart, how it stands out to you, and the first thing that comes to mind whenever you think of that word. So, when I think of forgiveness, I think of being able to face myself, being able to look at myself in the mirror and looking at my truth, not sugarcoating it, not making it sound good. The real deal. And being able to really look at every part of me, how the situation happened, how did I deal with it, and what are some things that I could do better. And so in this, being able to face myself and forgive myself, now I'm able to look at another individual through those same eyes of looking at the perspective, understanding the perception, and being real with the situation, not sugarcoating it, not making it sound good, but being real with what's taking place or what has taken place. And forgiveness. No one is perfect. Learning how to understand that and love, hear me when I say love them no matter what. No matter what. Love yourself no matter what. So, forgiveness, being able to face the truth, and being able to understand the perspective and the perception of what has taken place, and looking at that individual as well as yourself in the eyes of compassion and love, no matter what. So, the second thing, acceptance. Accepting who you are and not wanting to change nothing about you. That right there was something I always had confidence. I'll tell y'all that. But when you get to a place wherein you remember who you are and you don't look for validation from no one around you, and you really just move on making things happen because you know you're meant to do it, and you know that you're meant to go on that journey and that path, and that you're meant to touch those people, that you're meant to be in that line of business for your specific purpose and mission, that's what matters. So being able to face that truth, even how you dress, how you do your hair, how you may just do certain things. It's you, it's your personality, it's who you are. And you shouldn't change that for no one and nothing. So, growing up, little girl, um, being able to, what I just thought about when I was a little girl and my dad, I used to sit down with him, and I remember one day I was crying. A little story time again, y'all. One day I was crying. I went to my dad and I said, Daddy. He said, Yes, Janae. I said, why every time I do something, it's a problem? Like, I always seem to get, in trouble for this. And Daddy used to say, because Janae, you different. You got to know who you are. And I'm your daddy. I'm here to tell you who you are. Who I see that you are. And my daddy was a powerful man of God. He is a powerful man of God. But Daddy used to say that to me. And still to this day, remember who you are. That still stays with me. Remember who you are. And even now, Most High, remember who you are. So, wherever you are right now, I'm telling you, remember who you are. Remember, give yourself time and space to release barriers, mental blocks, and just to remember. The third thing, being heard. I used to always feel like my voice didn't matter. Some of you all out there, you all may feel the same way. Being heard. Anytime I may say something or anytime I may do something, does my voice even really matter? Are they even listening to me? Do people even get where I'm coming from? Let that go and just say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Make sure you stay within your energy, but say it. Use your voice. Open up and don't be afraid of the outcome. Guess what? As long as you use your voice, and as long as you said it and opened your mouth, that's what matters. That's what matters. And using your voice would allow you to feel like you could do anything. I just needed to say this right here, right now. And yeah, I did that for me. Thank you for choosing you. Doing that for you. For you. Always remember, this is your journey. So whatever your shadows are, whatever they are, they may be forgiveness, they may be acceptance, they may be being heard. I had to work through these shadows, work through them. You hear me? Work through them. It wasn't just writing it down and saying, oh, that's it, I'm going to put it to the side. No, every day was work. Now, since you face that shadow, guess what? Now those shadows are going to continue to face you. And you're going to have a choice to wherein you're going to work on them. You're going to realize what's happening and put in the work. Or you're going to say, you know what, I've seen this before and I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep nudging at it. I'm going to keep doing the things that I did in the past. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. As soon as you put it on a note card and as soon as you put it out and you make it known, put in that work to release that shadow. Don't let that shadow haunt you. You have the power and victory over that shadow. You continue to put in that work and release those shadows. As soon as you see them come up, you release them. As soon as you feel, you get the feeling. As soon as you feel it, not today. Release it. I'm letting that go. Release it. I've seen this before. This is how I'm going to handle this today and forevermore. Because I've already said that I want to release my shadows and I want to be better for myself. Be real with yourself and write down everything. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. Write them down and work through them. Identify the issue, the problem, and work through it. And as a practitioner, I can't tell you how many times that I witnessed a lot of people work through their shadows and shine bright after. Shine bright after. And then being able to go back to their shadows and the things that they wrote down later on down the line and say, I did this work. I did this work. And guess what? I'm still doing this work. And that's okay. Like I told you all before, it's a process. It's a process. So work on those shadows. Do that for yourself today. And if you want to get outside in nature, I love being outside. The sun is just shining. Oh, I love the sun, you all, just to feel it. But I encourage you, get out there in nature. If you're near water or this morning you want to take a shower, do that. Do that. All of that is healing. All of it. If you want to get out in the grass and take your shoes off and ground yourself, do that as well. Do it. Do it. That's all I have for you all. I love you. And I'll see you in my next video. Hug yourself tight for me. Mm. Mm.